Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. With the news that Halloween is definitely happening again, whether it's a movie, a TV show, or a movie and a TV show, I've decided to do 5 things that we want to see, or at least I want to see, in these Halloween movies / TV shows. The first thing I want to see is fresh characters, similar to Corey Cunningham from Halloween Ends. Yes, I know a lot of people didn't like Halloween Ends, but you have to admit, fresh new characters that are fleshed out the way Corey Cunningham was fleshed out in Halloween Ends is something that I would personally want to see in future Halloween projects. I also like characters like Brady, Rachel, people like that, because those characters looked like they could have been fleshed out more, but they just weren't fleshed out enough. So we kind of wanted to see more of them. Similar to Dr. Loomis, although we had Dr. Loomis in a lot of Halloween films, we've not actually had a living Dr. Loomis for a number of movies. Obviously, if you ignore the remakes because they had a different character, a different actor playing Dr. Loomis, but we haven't had Dr. Loomis since The Curse of Michael Myers. So I wouldn't mind seeing another person playing Dr. Loomis. Now, I did say that actor Liam Cunningham would be a perfect fit for Dr. Loomis. After I saw him in The Last Voyage of the Demeter, I thought he would be absolutely amazing to play Dr. Loomis. Somebody did mention Liam Cunningham to me in a previous video before, and I thought, yeah, he's alright, because I only saw him in Game of Thrones, but after seeing him in The Last Voyage, I thought he'd be a perfect fit for it. So if you're going to bring back past characters, then Dr. Loomis seems like the obvious one because there's so many ways you can go with a character like Dr. Loomis. The second thing I'd want to see is a universe of Halloween films and TV shows, and I've said this before, so I would like to see the movies being about Michael Myers, and I'd like to see the TV shows being about other stories that interweave into Michael Myers' movie stories. So you might have Michael Myers appearing in some of the TV episodes, but that are not about him, but just have certain characters in it that interact with Michael. And then in the movies, you would have some characters that featured in the TV show featuring in the Michael Myers movies, so that we know that the universes are connected, and that would be a good way to bring both of them together. So if you do a TV show for a couple of years and you do a couple of Michael Myers movies, it would be quite cool if you do like the third movie in the movie trilogy that features some of the characters that we loved in the TV show to face off against Michael Myers for one last stand. The next thing I want them to do is have a definitive end to the storyline that they're creating. So what I mean by that is, don't leave it hanging after the second or the third movie and decide, are we going to do a sequel to this or are we not? That basically means that they're writing these movies based on the success of the films. Don't do that. Write the movies as you would as if it's going to be a complete story. So if you've got 4 movies in mind, write 4 stories, shoot 4 movies. Whether they're successful or not is your own fault, but write them and direct them the way you wanted them to be, so that at the very end we can end it there and then we can start afresh later on. Sort of like James Bond. I've said this before. It's like the James Bond 007. Give us a few Daniel Craig movies and end it. Give us a few Sean Connery movies and end it. Give us a few Pierce Brosnan movies and end it. Same with Halloween. Give us a few years or a few movies with Michael Myers fighting against, I don't know, anyone. I can't even think of anyone, but fighting against a specific character, and then a few movies later, that story ends. Reboot it, not because you've got no ideas, but because this is your idea. Reboot it with Michael Myers again and different characters and run with it and continue that on. That way you don't have to force yourself to make sequels. You've already got that planned in the works. And it also means that Michael Myers can live on forever. The next thing I definitely want to see is body count kills and a Halloween vibe. And what I mean by that is, I want to get the best of both for the 2 kinds of Halloween fans that we've got. I've always said that we've got 2 types of Halloween fans. We've got Halloween fans and we've got Michael Myers fans. And what I mean by that is, the Halloween fans that don't really mind not seeing Michael Myers. For example, fans of Season of the Witch and the original Halloween films that don't feature Michael Myers as much and don't have the Michael Myers body count, but we still enjoy the movies. That's what I mean by Halloween fans. But then when you look at Michael Myers fans, those fans are fans of Halloween movies, of course, but they want to see Michael Myers. They want to see a lot of Michael Myers and they want to see a lot of kills. So why not give us the best of both? You already know your fan base. You already know that there's people out there that love the Halloween movies and there's people out there that love Michael Myers. So you know this. So give us the Halloween movies with a lot of Halloween theme to it and a lot of Michael Myers. That means everybody wins. Yes, the movies might not be as good, but at least you're giving the fans what they want and you can build from there. The fifth and final thing that I want to see is an aesthetic look to the movies and the TV shows. And what I mean by that is, don't just remove what was great about the Halloween films, because you've had Halloween 2018 that had that nice running track shot that we all loved, and they didn't really do much with that. After that, it's almost like they only put it in there to appease the fans, and then they decided to do their own aesthetic look to the movies, and that was it. What I want to see is that aesthetic look. We had some great looks throughout the David Gordon Green trilogy that they didn't really flesh out or continue on with. They just went with their own thing. But if you look at the original, the building block for the Halloween franchise is the first movie. So go back to that. Look to see what worked best. What worked best? The cinematography, astounding. The soundtrack, of course, they carried that on to the David Gordon Green trilogy. I don't have a problem with the soundtrack because I know it's in good hands if John Carpenter continues on with doing the soundtrack for the movies and TV shows. Unfortunately, John Carpenter's getting older, so he's not going to be with us forever. But I do feel like his work is in the best hands with his son. So his son could continue on with his work, and I don't think it would be a problem. So I think the soundtrack part of this franchise is sorted and it's solid for the foreseeable future. So I don't have a problem with that. But get the cinematography right, get the camera angles right, get even the aspect ratio of these films and TV shows have to be right. Anamorphic widescreen, that would be perfect for me. But again, I know that they have to go with the budgets that they have. But just make sure you make this movie and or TV show aesthetically pleasing. That would be the best thing for all the fans. There's obviously a lot of things that we want to see in this new movie series and the new TV series, but that's just 5 things that I personally want to see. I did see people online saying what they wanted to see, and a lot of the things coincide with what I wanted as well. So that's just the top 5 things that I've seen people talk about and the things that I really want to see as well. If I've missed anything out, or if there's something that's way more important than the 5 things that I've mentioned, then leave your list down below, guys. What do you want to see in this new Halloween series? Whether it be the TV shows or the movies, it doesn't matter, because I know that we want to see quality in both of them anyway. So leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of what I think they should show. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Meeting adjourned.
To get you, Barbara.
Ever played in the cat?
Someone's in the back seat!